why it feels a bit
OCE
different.
team.
Yeah, exactly. And I was going to say, the improvement that Hunter and Kaka have shown in yesterday's series against Gentlemates, it wasn't just Jorius.
Yeah, for sure. And the biggest thing for them is like the confidence. It's like, I was chatting to Chiefs and Jorby about this morning, where it's like, look, boys, we can perform to that level. Like, we've just seen that our teammate can do it, why can't we? In OCE, for the longest time, it's been these small incremental updates and little bits and bobs that end up being brought through from lands, and that's how the region improves. But then as soon as you then dump in a top-tier EU player, a top-tier NA player, Mr. Infinity Stones himself collecting all the regions, you end up with a couple of players that will think, oh my word, that is what we can do in this game. And Hunter and Kaka, as I said, should be so proud of how they did yesterday and hopefully how they're going to do today.
Well, I said on the pre-show that my theory is that stylistically, Spacestation worked better against Chiefs than Gentlemates worked against Chiefs. I think the Gentlemates tried to play their regular game, tried to just squeeze the life out of Chiefs, and that wasn't happening. Spacestation Gaming, and go out there and they're going to try and style on them, as they try to do to everyone. They'll get LJ on the ball, they'll pre-jump, they'll go for fakes, they'll go for all sorts of crazy shenanigans, which may well be too much for Chiefs to handle. But then, my goodness, I would have said the same about Gentlemates yesterday as well. So what do I know? But so far, it is Chiefs that are working on. Hunter doesn't get quite the shot away. LJ saves it. That was a real chance.
He ended up being the setup coming through in the end. It was Kaka taking the final shot from Hunter, alley-ooping him. But I think that should have been a shot on target from Hunter. Ended up playing a little bit too safe, I think. Try and get back to that no respect gameplay that they had yesterday. That's how these underdogs end up beating the big dogs, our major champions.
Well, Spacestation Gaming, who looked so impressive against Gladiators, now they're already going for their ceiling plays and such, as we expected from them. LJ into the corner is met by Hunter. What performance he had yesterday, and Kaka as well. Of course, it was Jorius that got all the social media plaudits, but I'm desperate for those two not to be uninvolved. But Chicago gets involved early, and it's 1-0 Spacestation.
You know what, with that Chicago goal, let's talk about Spacestation Gaming, because Chicago coming over as the veteran player to this squad. Hawk's a relative veteran, as it comes down to. I chatted to him a lot last night. It was like 2 hours or so that, for some reason, I was just chatting to him while the Tekken was being played nearby. And it was nice being able to, you know, speak to somebody who has been in the scene for such a long time that I think goes under the radar a lot of the time, when Chicago is the otherwise big veteran when you look at these squads. But I mean, across the board from Spacestation Gaming, LJ, he is their best player. I think that is quite fair to say. And when he's gone to any major, he becomes one of the top 5 players that we see. Yeah,
one of the world's best on current form for sure is LJ. Going from strength to strength for Spacestation Gaming, but it's Chiefs that are currently on the attack after going behind. Jorius comes in, he goes to the backboard. LJ was already waiting for it. Now Hunter and Kaka would spread out well. It's Hunter that goes for the pre-jump there for the block. Jorius misses again. It's awkward, so awkward here from Chiefs. They escape once more, but defensively looking like they're struggling a bit more than they did against Gentlemates yesterday. Although their first game yesterday was their weakest. They improved as the series went on, so we're hoping to do the same again. Hawks are as far as Jorius. Jorius wants to beat Chicago to the ball, isn't able to. Wants to try to take the boost and the ball. He's got his cake. Can he eat it as well? Yes, he can. He gets the touch. Might land on the next boost too, so good play from Hunter. At least manages to pick up some space here for Chiefs. Spacestation Gaming waiting for it, though. They'll know that they're onto it soon. Jorius in the middle. Chicago gets the ball next. A lot of this is being played in the blue half, and they will not like that. But here comes Hunter with a half chance, but Hoxer clears it away.
We approach the final 19. LJ is going to be on this immediate counter-attack. Jorius, though, can get it quite cleanly into the corner. I'd like to see a lot more come through in the later games from the Chiefs. Jorius, yes, he led it last time. Kakash taking quite a harsh shot on target. LJ can save it away. Jorius back down towards Kaka, but who ends up having to leave.
Hoxer sends that one long. Kaka coming in from the side. So Chiefs have managed to normalize things after going in goal behind. Now Hunter has the 100 boost, so he gets it into the center. Who's waiting for it? It's Jorius. He puts it almost into the top corner. It was a little bit flat. Then there was the miss from Kaka. He'll claim that he was just moving into position, wanted the pass. Chicago gets it long. Chiefs running them close. This is by no means going to be a walk in the park for Spacestation based on this first game. Another shot comes in from Kaka. It's another low, flat strike. We need a bit of elevation on these shots. Not good enough just yet with the final strike. Here comes Chicago, though. He's much better, maybe, but it's saved again.
All these teams currently shooting bottom corner. I mean, the main reason for that being that the defenders are going so high on the backboard and on the sidewall that if you shoot low, that is the best place that you can get it. It's not so awkward to save. The issue is the defenders you're shooting against are some of the greatest in the world. Being proven on both sides so far. Only a 1-goal lead for Spacestation Gaming. Final third, Chicago over 1, and a weak shot from LJ, and leaves the Hawks to try and chip it up high the dish. Unsuccessful as 3, I'm going to say Australian, in quotes, bodies managed to slam their way into it to save.
3 Aussie bodies. Well, here's Jorius, just trying to charge in front of the ball right now, but it's Spacestation showing the game management. LJ gets it high. Difficult for Chiefs to do anything, especially when they have no boost. LJ can just take his time, smash it home, and make it 2.
I mean, Kaka being removed from the pitch after taking that 100 is... that's worst case scenario for the Chiefs. But a 2-goal lead is going to see Spacestation Gaming take map number 1. And I think Spacestation quite clearly a favourite coming into this. But there is so much more that we saw from Chiefs yesterday that they haven't yet been able to put through.
Well, they've had chances. It's just the shooting which hasn't been as hot. But overall, I think they've managed to work their way towards the Spacestation goal well. Jorius once more is slotting in well. There were plenty of shots, plenty of opportunities, plenty of boost. And certainly Spacestation Gaming had to do their fair share of defending. But to their credit, Stumpy, they did defend well. I think that's the big difference. At Spacestation Gaming, their goal line clearances were solid. Not just getting onto the ball, but actually sending it to where the following Chiefs players weren't. If Spacestation Gaming slow down in that regard, or if Chiefs can just be a little bit more creative with their striking, then Chiefs has got a good chance here.
Yeah, Chiefs definitely, I think. There's going to be the moments that are going to now be getting to Hunter and to Kaka, because they wouldn't have been in this position before by beating a European team at that level, a former major champion. And you do get those nerves. You do have those issues that you think, oh my word, okay, maybe this is more like it. Maybe this is where we're actually meant to be. It's going to be on Jorius and their coach to make sure that they're going to be able to just strike that out of their minds, take it away a little bit more. You know, LBP to talk to them and say, look, fellas, we're good. Let's not worry about it too much. Keep playing your game. Keep playing what ultimately we've practiced for a day now.
There's also a theory that you and I have been drumming into people for the last ever, which is winner's tilt, which is when an underdog starts to believe, oh, hey, we might actually do this. And when I say this, I mean the context of this tournament. Chiefs, when against Gentlemates, there's no pressure. They beat them. Suddenly you're thinking, cool, we might make top 8 here.
I mean, Jorius said that as well in the interview. He was saying, oh, well, now we've realised that we can do something. And when he said it, I must admit, I was a little bit like,
uh-oh.
Oh, now you've suddenly got a precedent.
Yeah, exactly. It changes everything. Jorius gets Chiefs going in game number 2. Spacestation Gaming have a slender lead in the series. Chicago gets it into the corner. Kaka high. It's the better start here for Chiefs. Looking cleaner, getting involved, managing to avoid bumping into each other. Look for a second like they would.
Wow.
And Hoxer was not expecting that backflip from Hunter.
I chatted to, as I said, to Hoxer last night, and apparently him and Hunter are really good friends. At a previous event, his mum...
so random. I'd never mix those two, but I love it. It's lovely.
And Hunter's mum ended up like chatting, getting on really well, hanging out, and therefore they're two fantastic Rocket League pro son children. They managed to then become friends through that as well. So he was saying he's really looking forward to seeing how this matchup ends up going. And Jorius is going to be taking that first goal for Chiefs, and potentially having Hunter's mum write a very awkward text to Hoxers.
It's been 55 seconds of Chiefs pressure, and it ended with Kaka getting that bump on Hoxer, and who else but Jorius was there. It's unfortunate for Kaka because he's the only player that wasn't involved in the goal involvement there, but they won't care. Chiefs won't mind one bit, especially as Hunter clears that one. As far as Hoxer, Jorius steams in from the side. There's a pretty poor clearance there. Chicago gets it to Hoxer. Chicago actually leaves it. Oh, sorry, is left it by Hoxer. And now Hunter can keep going. No boost at all, but at least manages to get it as far as Spacestation Gaming's backboard. And Chiefs, once more in game 2, Stumpy, that is when they step up. That is when they start performing and take the lead for the first time in the series. Could be doubled up here. Jorius backboard. Jorius tries to sink it, but Hoxer, what a read from him.
Yeah, perfect touch too. Keeps it low, keeps it flat towards the wall. Doesn't bounce out for any goal-scoring opportunity. Chicago an attempt to get that side will redirect central. LJ, a pre-jump blocked out by Hunter. This minute and a half. It's pretty even, actually, despite the fact the Chiefs are leading.
Kaka's going to get a couple of touches here up against LJ, and that's something that Chiefs are doing incredibly well. Not giving LJ any time on the ball, making sure that as soon as it seems he's going to get a free hit, someone is on him, at the very least forcing him, at best making it a 50-50 or even a one challenge. Here's another example. Look, LJ tries to clear. Jorius does not let him escape. Kaka up against LJ again. Hoxer allows the ball to bounce. A bit of a mistake there. Will slow Spacestation Gaming's potential attack down so Chiefs can keep on coming. Continuing to swarm with the Great White, their spearhead. Hunter waits for it. Wants to get a double here up against LJ. LJ does manage to wiggle himself into some room, and now he can charge. He gets the 50-50 right this time. Jory is up against Chicago, who was waiting. Spacestation Gaming showing patience, not rushing up against Chiefs' defense. They're certainly respecting Chiefs, and I think they have to at this point.
I mean, they've seen the damage that Chiefs have been able to do against, as we've been saying, a major champion. Spacestation Gaming have not reached those lofty heights just yet. The Hawks in the midfield wants to make sure that he's going to be able to at least get Spacestation Gaming a top 8 in this Esports World Cup. Group D is incredibly interesting to look at. 2 minutes now, Jory is up high, who's going to be central. First one to him, but with no one following Chicago, a pretty easy block away.
I mean, we have to remember that we may well be looking at 2 top 8 teams when all is said and done. Assuming that Gentlemates beat Gladiators in the lower bracket, the loser of this will face Gentlemates, a team, of course, whom Chiefs have already defeated in Game 5, and they were the better team pretty much throughout. So this could be a flavor of things to come when we reach our playoffs in the next couple of days. Hunter gonna leave that one for Kaka, maybe. I think Kaka called him off, but by then it was too late for Hunter, who was already on that line, and now LJ can come forward. Thought about the double reset, instead goes for the single, gets some pressure on the Chiefs' goal line. Joris comes forward, Hoxer in front, wants to get the 50. Into the center it goes. It's another clean win for Kaka. LJ's taken out the game. Hunter, I thought for a second, was clear, but Chicago was there.
Hoxer now trying to put a little bit of pressure with these 80 seconds. Chicago central, LJ to receive. Kaka was near enough on for goal there with an open net, but does get blocked out by LJ. Hoxer, a shot. No defenders able to clear it away with all ones across the board.
What happened here? Hunter lost the 50. LJ then went for the bump. Kaka had to escape LJ. Try to get the in and out. Wasn't able to. And that meant Hoxer could just prod the ball into the back of the net. Spacestation Gaming showed resilience and patience. And now they find themselves back in game number 2.
Chance for LJ to go up for the double. Instead cleared away by Hunter into the back corner. Hoxer central. But Kaka shutting him down. Pretty low boost across the ball for Chiefs. So this push is really going to lead nowhere for them. Instead, ball control relinquished back towards Spacestation Gaming. In midfield challenge in the sky again by Hunter, who's repeatedly finding himself on 0. It's not going to be helping out Chiefs when they need to get a good big push going.
Well, that was it, though. That touch from Joris was clean. Kaka just gets it towards the goal line. LJ gets something on the ball. Chicago had to be on LJ's wavelength there. There's a shot in from Hunter. It's a little bit weak, though. Hoxer to the side. Hoxer flicks it forwards. Joris dodges Chicago and keeps on going. Next goal may well take game 2. Who's going to take it? LJ gets a demo. Kaka with the challenge towards LJ. Now it's Hunter up against Chicago. Hunter follows. Kaka might have a free shot. He wants to bump LJ. He just stared at him, and LJ jumped quick enough. Jory is his turn. Can he get one more touch into the center? No, he can't. It's cleared long. Kaka to the right should be the recipient of this pass.
Overtime in 5. Kaka going for a reset. The ground pinch unsuccessful. Hoxer high in the middle. Jory is up towards Hunter. Kaka central. A lot of boost. A reset. 1-2. A dunk just above the crossbar. Then Kaka. A dunk unsuccessful for the second time, but Joris keeps the play going.
So close, and again a huge save from Hoxer. Spacestation Gaming living dangerously all the way to the overtime, but it will be next goal wins. Spacestation have held firm. Now they have their chance to double their series lead. Kaka takes him out. Joris clears long, and Chicago can only go high, but Hoxer wins against Kaka. Sorry, against Hunter. In comes LJ with the double, but he's missed it for once. Hoxer shoots. Hoxer takes it. It's 2 for Spacestation. They survive.
And it's top corner to end it as well, to end game number 2. Oh, that was a beautiful finish on Kaka that, unfortunately for him, was sitting just completely dead central. 2 games down, Spacestation Gaming lead, and the Great White suddenly may well be being made into soup.
Into soup, shark soup. How mean. He's given himself a cool nickname. And then you've just done that to him. Unbelievable. Yeah, though, Spacestation Gaming, they managed to take the second one. They are finding this one a struggle. Chiefs certainly have it in them to get at least a couple of games, especially after this first goal went in. It was huge work from Kaka. And then there's the belief into the Chiefs. Spacestation, I was beginning to hold out or to run out of hope for them in this second game. Just seemed like it was trickling away until one decision to bump, and then look at this defending at the end. There was another chance as well. I'm not sure if we'll get a chance to see it. We won't, and then there, LJ actually missed the double, but it worked out perfectly for Hoxer, and that is not an easy finish. The ball bouncing directly at you to get the speed and trajectory correct. Pretty difficult.
It's a perfect finish. Managed to sink it, like, literally perfect top corner too. I'm trying to think, by the way, of a joke where it's obviously the Great White Shark, which is Joria's in this context, and their previous player on Chiefs was called Finn.
Nice.
So
Shark fin
something
soup.
there. So everybody just stay tuned. I'll work it in
Shark
at some
fin
point.
soup, maybe?
Yeah, I know, but like I wanted to make it a joke instead of just saying shark fin soup.
So shark fin soup
Stop it.
is the
because
joke.
It's going to be my thing. That's not a joke. That's just,
You can write that down as a
that's just an illegal food. That's an illegal food.
At a Milcall 93. Claim that one. Make sure you give it credit. Game 3.
All right.
Spacestation Gaming hoping to take these shark fins and soup them.
Stop.
But Chiefs trying to soup themselves up.
Horrible. Horrible little man you are. First 15 seconds gone with Chiefs now putting on a decent amount of pressure. They're wanting to start this game as they finish the last, just before the overtime began. Hey, Joris as well with a little car change going with this quite gaudy green and blue number.
Interesting considering they've been competing well, Chiefs. So hopefully not a tilt thing for Joris to change his car, maybe just a feel thing.
Just a bit different.
Yeah, a bit different, mix it up.
Go with something new, see what you can do with it.
Well, here is Hoxha trying to pitch that one on the ground. LJ sends it forward again. If Spacestation take the lead here, then maybe Chiefs will begin to run out of fight. We shall see. I do feel that Chiefs have to score first. Kaka goes high. Hunter's to the side with a 100 boost. And Kaka gets the ball a long old distance. Almost went for the pinch and the dunk. But he was bumped out the way, so that'll be the end of his attack. Jury is now up against Hoxha into the center for LJ. What can LJ conjure up? He fakes it low. He says dangerous now. Jory gets in from the side again. Then almost gets it forward to the halfway line. Hunter beats LJ. And LJ, yeah, it's something Chiefs have been doing really well this whole time, not letting LJ have clean touches.
LJ's looked good, obviously, he's LJ, but he's not been that #1 star player so far for Spacestation. And that's exactly what you need to do. Make him not shine as bright as he will be clamoring to do. Shut him down early. Hoxha, a long shot on target. It's a bit of a bouncy one, but it all counts for one. First minute and a half, see Spacestation with the lead.
Your mate Hoxha Stumpy has been my MVP of this series so far. I think his finishing has been flawless. He has been the player that's been on the end of all of it. And he's the one that once again puts the fear into Chiefs. They find themselves having to come back on another occasion. Will that be one too many? Or can they step up? Oh my goodness, there's a double mistake there from Spacestation Gaming. That wasn't great, but that didn't fall for anything as far as Chiefs are concerned. Then Hoxha misses. The pressure of being named MVP. LJ is taken out. Hoxha gets a touch towards Joris. It's all got a little bit scrappy. And this is something that OCE players will love.
Yeah, I mean, they love to just go as fast as they possibly can to play the non-perfect game.
Yeah.
Not as an insult, it's just that that's what they do. And Jorias takes a perfect shot towards target and draws us level.
There it is. As soon as it gets ugly, you know that Chiefs will be the ones to just pull the beauty out of the fires of chaos. They get their equalizer. And where I was saying if Spacestation get the first goal, it'll be a long way back from Chiefs. They have taken that first step back and put themselves back into game number 3. Now they have to keep on sprinting. Kaka in his own corner wants to beat LJ, but LJ for once does win it cleanly. Into the middle where Chicago is waiting. They combine for the 1-2. Kaka has to get this touch this time and does. Chicago now over the goal line. It goes out wide. Here comes Hoxha, the star man this time. Gets it bounced forward towards LJ. It's a mistake from Chiefs.
Yeah, you just see, it's such a flat save from Jorias. He's only just done a turn, goes so central. If he lands nicely without Hoxha just smashing him back into the net, maybe it's all right for the double block. Instead, though, unfortunately for him, Hoxha is there. LJ managing to get that next touch on the ball as they now take the lead with half the game to go.
So they should be able to get this boost. He hasn't quite been able to, though, unfortunately. He does in the end. So Spacestation are a little bit starved until that one just falls for Hoxha perfectly on the half volley. They're feeling a lot more comfortable now they have their lead back. It's been a series where they've had comfort for 1 or 2 minutes at a time. They're trying their pre-jumps. I'm not sure that's really going to work against Chiefs the way they're playing. You still have to show them respect, even a couple of games and a goal up. Something that I praised Spacestation Gaming for at the start of this series, that they were anticipating the brilliance, the potential brilliance of the Chiefs to try and block them at source. If they get too silly with it, it might backfire, but Hoxha has a chance now for the backboard. This could really kill it. It's to the backboard again. It hits the post now. Chicago leaves it to LJ. LJ calls on the Jorias, misses another big save. It's on the post, post to post, and Jorias somehow gets it away.
Somehow, in some universe, Jorias clears that ball away 99.9% of the way in. Then Kaka takes a shot. A routine save from Hoxha. That could have been the third for SSG. And Chiefs are going to thank their lucky stars that it's not.
Hoxha now goes forward. Hunter is left so isolated there. He had to jump as early as he could, but thankfully from the side, he was able to get a decent touch. Now it's Kaka with the flip reset. Hunter comes in against LJ. That was going into the center. Kaka wants to get this one as far as Jorius, who does. This is the shooting chance for a man of the skills of Jorius. Instead, it's a fake and a pass, and Kaka scores!
Putting the wool over the eyes is Jorius. Goes to that sidewall redirect, incredibly dangerous. And Hunter with a bump on Chicago. I didn't spot that the first time.
For me.
Chicago's out of the way. A wonderful redirect from Kaka. Again, level.
Chiefs, whether they win or lose, are continuing to prove they can hang with the best. And on current form, Spacestation Gaming are one of the best in this competition. That one's pinched towards the center by Jorius. Chiefs have to get this next goal if they are to stay in this series and remain in the upper bracket. Hunter gets it into the 100 boost. He goes to the ceiling, wants the flip reset, gets it to the backboard, has to leave this one. But where was Hunter? I thought that was the finish.
No one was there. No one was there to follow it up. But now can Chicago deal up with his two friends on Spacestation Gaming? Only 35 is that pressure building for SSG. Majority a doink long. Hoxha called into action, then Chicago the next.
LJ, though, does manage to take control here until Hunter just charges it down back into the Spacestation Gaming corner, ending regulation time defensively, just like they did in Game 2, but they ended up winning that one in OT. Jorius to the ceiling. Chiefs want to win it now. Jorius gets the musty, follows it up again. Hoxha with the block now. Spacestation know that one goal could kill it. Still, they bide their time. Chicago, he goes forward. Hoxha is searching for a bump, searching for something to make Chiefs' stubborn defense be as unimpactful as possible. But now it's Hoxha, could be the 0-second winner as far as LJ, but Hunter sends it long. We have the second overtime of the series.
First one only lasted 17 seconds. This one, for either team, may well be a bit more of a slog. LJ up high with 60 boost. It's Hoxha in the other corner. Instead, he passes straight back down towards Kaka.
Jorius, he's high. He has control of this ball and the situation. Tempts two Spacestation Gaming defenders into it. Then he gets the dunk to Hunter anyway. Hoxha leaves it for Kaka. It's so risky in front of your own goal line. Jorius has turned this time. Gets the charge, wants the second touch. Doesn't get it. Spacestation Gaming again managed to survive. LJ now, he shoots Kaka into the center. A demo comes in. Chicago has to let it travel over his shoulder and block the pinch. But Hunter gets it as far as Kaka. It's so close again for Chiefs.
Jorius in space with time and boost. The Hoxha instead receives it and then lays the ball back over towards LJ. That's going to be so awkward for anybody to touch. Instead, Hunter does do a great job of stretching for it. 50 seconds in. Kaka eligible over one. Instead, no, sorry. Hoxha does block it out before it gets just over the nose of his car.
Hoxha now has LJ in the center. How they'd love to get LJ on the ball, just to let him do something. Wind him up and let him go, but so far it's being reduced to big booming clearances. Jorius has the flip from here. Chicago misses, but Jorius tried to make something from it. Probably kept himself in the air longer than he should have. Should have just left that one. Now Hunter's left isolated. This could be the end. Hunter goes up early, and Hunter does fantastic work to get it to Kaka.
Yeah, Hunter on the side of Chiefs is the man that I've been looking at most. And
it's a no goal!
No goal! Kaka awarded with it. And the Chiefs, they earn one game back on a potential journey to a reverse sweep.
You've said it.
Yeah, there you go.
You've said the magic words. You made everyone wait. I mean, you could have said reverse anything, but you said sweep at the end of it.
I did.
Which is probably what I expected you to say. You know, that was odds on. Anyway, Chiefs back in this series, and that was a battle. There's been 2 games in a row that have been a true battle, a true overtime game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that? Back and forth, and then either team could take it. The first one, Spacestation Gaming. The second one, Chiefs. And I think they're shading it on the eye test, at least in games 2 and 3, even though they lost game 2.
I think I'd still give it to SSG personally.
Would you?
I think especially with Hoxha. Hoxha for me has been the #1 player. But then on the other side, I'd put Hunter as the best player on Chiefs. So a turnaround from what we've seen from them previously, where it probably would have been LJ and Jorius.
It's a battle of the H's.
This save.
Oh man, this saved them.
Whoa. I'm sorry, the way that he wrapped his car around it and flicks it out, and then they win the game in the end. Oh my gosh, it's poetry.
It is poetry, yeah. At least for me, I forget about saves like that. Do you know what I mean? Or at least I forget about the context of them. It's not until I look back at it in slow motion and I see that at that point, SSG were 2-1 up. If that goes in, probably series over. It doesn't. They go on to get the equalizer, and then eventually they claim the overtime winner. A huge pivot point in this series, which remains live and well. You can see there the potential reward, as well as the 200 grand, which nobody would say no to, for taking this tournament, as well as being able to have your key survive as well. So much to play for here at the Esports World Cup. LJ has control of the ball, gets it to the middle, as we are here on Utopia.
Yeah, we've already said about the key system so far, in this series at least. I mean, whoever wins the entire thing, they can... I just love it. I keep saying it every time. Firstly, you crush your opponent's key when you send them home. That's already rude. And then after that, if you win the entire thing, you get to encase 3 in the base of your trophy in resin. That's rude again. It's wonderful. It's so good. It's a great system. It's so BM.
BM's what we love to see. Let's see how things shake out. LJ shoots. Hunter gets the save with 0 boost. Kaka has to take that 100. Hunter would have wanted it, but I think with all the angles considered, Kaka was the only person who could be the recipient. Now here is Chicago. Almost gets it past Hunter, but LJ has a chance. This is happening more and more for Spacestation, which scares me for Chiefs, because you cannot give LJ this much time and control. He didn't score on that occasion, but look at the fear that he puts into Chiefs. And
we're seeing just this pressure now really building for Spacestation Gaming. There's a lot less opportunities for Chiefs to work out of their own half, but this is one time where they have been able to. Hunter low, going with a 50. And then we're seeing a lot of shots in this series be pretty simple for the first shot to try and force a mistake out of either side of defense.
Lovely positioning there from Hunter. When the shot came in, he knew exactly where the clearance was going to go, so he was already on that sidewall waiting for it. It led to another shot for Chiefs. No goals because of it, but just an example of the intelligence of play that Joreuz has brought to these two. Hunter and Kaka are showing a level of Rocket League IQ we've never seen from them. And that's not all because of Joreuz, but maybe it's because of the confidence that he brings them. They have that belief, they have that, you know, desire to be in the perfect position at all times, even when they're defending, even when it seems that someone has a clean strike. Remains 0-0 though.
It's 0-0, as you say, with 2 minutes gone. That one awkward on the backboard. LJ up for the double and said no, sorry, that was actually a great pass over towards Chicago. The reset actually finds the backboard too. Hoxer just waits and lurks, sees if Chiefs can actually send it away. So far, unable to.
Ooh, Hoxer had a chance there to just knock it backwards into the center, where maybe Spacestation Gaming would have had a couple of players awaiting, hunting the Sharks. Joreuz gets it towards Hunter again. LJ's up. Joreuz and Hunter just waiting. What is going to happen? Can Spacestation clear their lines? I don't think they can. Oh. Massive save, though, from Hoxer. Wow, that was so important.
Again, Hoxer being that offensive, defensive, wherever you want to call him. He's going to fill in that role. Joreuz that wanted to push down pitch. Instead has to wait for the ball just to trickle down there, and a dunk from Kaka. Saved miraculously on the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so slow, though, from Spacestation. The defending there, the path that the Chiefs player had to move into, you wouldn't expect them to have. But it was a good recovery, it has to be said. Now Hunter, he keeps his attack going. Kaka shoots it, but again, it's low. They have to get more height. They basically aimed it at the goalkeeper.
Maybe just frustrations, taking a shot, see what we can do. But you need to make it a little bit threatening, then you can stretch their defense thin. Hunter has to back out from that one, but Hoxer, he's going to go full bore, see how far he can send it. Chicago central to LJ for the double. Can't get around that ball, but still wide.
Spacestation now as we enter a minute and 20 seconds left. Yet again, Nelmo. One more goal could sink this series and squash the uprising of Chiefs. Joreuz into the middle. Hunter has to get a touch. Chicago fakes him out. Kaka's still got the boost, though. Kaka shows his nerve. LJ now into the center. Everyone from Chiefs is starved. What can they do? Spacestation go high. Hunter gets it as far as Chicago, who dunks it downwards. Kaka is just relieved to get rid of the ball and make Spacestation start again.
From the backboard this time, Joreuz flicks it high. Going to just help out his team, but I mean, realistically, Kaka's going to have to use a lot of boost to get anywhere with that ball. That one going over the top, and Chicago can't make any contact. Hoxer waits patiently. Chicago actually ends up pinching it, finds Kaka on the side, and now Chiefs can push.
Hunter has maybe a pass to Joreuz. Joreuz retreating backwards, though. Maybe he could have trended forward there. Joreuz gets in the way of LJ and Chicago. Allows Hunter a clean hit. Hoxer was the third man back. Nerves all over the place right now. The standard of play has dropped slightly, but it's understandable. The importance of the next goal was playing a tad more defensively, a tad more scared. Who's going to be the first to step forward and truly believe they can take this one? Hunter tries to take out Hoxer, and then Kaka and Joreuz get in each other's way. But it works out pretty perfectly because Hunter can keep on going. He gets the next touch. Kaka with the chance is high this time!
What?
They finally get some height on the shot, and it flies home!
Final 10. Hunter bumped into that by Hoxer. Sets up Kaka, who couldn't have done any more than go top corner, and Kaka then continues to bump Chicago away from it. Final 10, SSG on the line before Game 5.
Oh man, reaching into the Hornet's nest and just shaking it all about fearlessly, but they do come back with those stingers. LJ shoots, it's wide, Hunter clears long. Can Chicago keep this one up? No, he can't. It's only as far as Kaka. And Chiefs, for the second series in a row against top quality opposition, have at the very least a Game 5.
This looked a little bit like it might just be SSG having figured them out. They said that they were going to be studying the tapes, that they were going to be, you know, looking to see what they could do, because with Chiefs yesterday, what on earth do Gentlemates look at? It's nothing. It's a guessing game. You don't know what they're going to bring, how Joreuz fits into this squad. And realistically, if you're an EUNA team, I think you might look at OCE a little bit and think, free dub, to an extent.
Of course, yeah, over the year, yeah,
free
it's
dub.
understandable
Like,
over the
it's
months.
not an issue.
Yeah.
And then now that we've seen that one series versus Gentlemates, where they just were able to eke them out, there's now a little bit of tape for them to review. And this shot from Kaka, from Kaka,
well.
the bump on from Hunter onto Chicago, stunning play, but somewhat of a known factor from Chiefs with a little bit of randomness thrown in there, and that so far is the difference maker.
For sure. Yeah, no, that is exactly the case. I mean, it was Game 2, I think we were saying that, oh, this got a little bit scrappy. The OCE team will like this. They were forged in these fires. And then about 10 seconds later, it was the OCE team that went to score. Whenever the series becomes unclean, you know, impure Rocket League, it seems that that is when Chiefs strike. They love playing that way. And to be honest, that's why I thought Spacestation Gaming would have the stylistic, you know, improvement over Chiefs in this matchup. I thought they'd play a similar way, but be better at it.
It's a good start.
It's not been the case so far, but this is the start they wanted. Game 5, SSG strike early, and it's LJ.
Yeah, LJ has been a player that so far has not been online. He's not been the player that has ultimately shut down the greatest teams in the world. At least domestically, online, or rather on LAN, he performs remarkably well as well, but just not yet to get any of those titles. Chance for Spacestation to really show their mettle, but they need to work through a Chiefs that have been doing that in droves.
What a strike that was from Chicago. Barely a pixel between him and the ball, and it manages to cause all this chaos. LJ comes in again. Spacestation Gaming are alive.
This is not the start that Chiefs wanted. This is a drama of a start.
But for Spacestation, though, this is precisely what they needed to happen. This is what they were talking about. I mean, it shows such resolve as well. To be 2-0 up, have it taken back to 2-2 in games. That's, you know, 13, 14 minutes of overall gameplay, or sitting on that stage where you've gone from having it all to suddenly all the pressure is stacked up against you. And Spacestation Gaming, they've managed to keep on pushing, hold their nerve, and it's a huge start, but it can be turned around. Hunter, no! He's missed it! That was the moment that Chiefs would have been brought back in. Unbelievable scenes there from that play. Oh, if Chiefs think that they're back in it, an open net miss. Will they be left to rue it? It's going to be cleared long from Chicago. Spacestation Gaming seem to have it all going their own way in Game 5.
A lot more confidence now, really starting to come through. A long shot going just wide of the post. Kaka can clear it away, but you're right, that open net miss. When something goes wrong, you have to hope that the dominoes do not continue to fall, that you can stave off any of that disappointment. Hunter, an immediate rocket towards the other side.
Kaka gets it onto the backboard. OCE have had the mentality questioned over the last year or so. When things start to go wrong, their heads can drop as a region. Will the Joreuz effect change that? Will it change for Hunter after missing that open net? He has to keep his confidence up. They've beaten game after game of these top-tier teams. They can do it again. Spacestation Gaming, though, making them look average this game. It's brilliance from them. Here comes Joreuz with the shot. Another big save from Hoxer. SSG continue to show that patience. Happy to do some defending. Joreuz gets it back as far as Hunter. Hunter goes high, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Hunter. Still going for these sophisticated plays. Is anyone following up? It's Hunter. He shoots and he's hit the post this time. Joreuz calls out Kaka. Joreuz to the post now. Spacestation Gaming still bundle the ball away.
Double woodwork nightmare for Chiefs. They had chances. Yeah, there were a couple of keepers, but they were backwards, they were sideways. And if you're SSG, you're taking those. A save down the other side is going to be keeping just a 2-0 so far.
Huge demo. Means that Joreuz can come back into the game. They need him to get on the ball as much as possible. Kaka wants to fake this one for Hunter, I think, up against Chicago this time. That's an awkward challenge, though. I hope it's not going in. It's not. That would be such a painful way to go 3-0 down. As it stands, the game remains alive. Kaka up against Hoxha. Everyone is boost depleted. Where is it all? Everyone is so stretched this game. Hunter, he leaves the boost to his teammate Kaka. He goes long. Joreuz still has nothing in the tank, can't do anything there, but Kaka can. He's got Joreuz below him. Joreuz wants to come in and get this shot away. Instead, it's just a challenge. Joreuz turns around. No, Hunter goes for the ball. Spacestation Gaming slow things down and once again take the sting out of the tail until there's another half chance. Oh man, actually, that was simple from Joreuz. Mistimes his pre-flip. They just can't score.
I don't think he expects to even have a chance there. He's just trying to get central, but that also does somewhat go to prove why you should only flip when you absolutely have to. So small things that are going to be deciding series, and so far that one deciding whether one goal ends up finding its way in. Spacestation Gaming, their chances, they have been saved by some guardian angel somewhere that is keeping Chiefs at bay.
Yeah, they're riding their luck for sure, Spacestation Gaming. I want to see a bit more from them in attack. You do get the sense that if they keep trying to hold back, eventually Chiefs will break the deadlock. And then it really becomes a question of the hearts of Spacestation Gaming. Can they hold firm? This is better from them. Hoxha around the corner, chain dashing his way there. Kaka gets one touch, wants to get the second one and does past LJ. Chicago's going back boostless. Hunter was already waiting for Chicago's clearance. Hunter gets the touch. This comes Kaka. He scores. And now we do have a minute left. SSG have been punished.
Precisely what they needed as well. There's a great demo from Joreuz, and that throws off SSG entirely. Chicago respawns just in time to see Kaka send that one home, but one goal difference between these two teams. Chiefs on for the reverse sweep.
Well, kickoffs were pretty perfect for SSG earlier. It could be another good one. The team who historically have conceded from big kickoffs on this very map have turned it all around. They make it 3.
Who else but LJ to get yet another goal from the backboard? It's completely open. Hunter tries, Joreuz tries, no one succeeds. And 2 goals clear again are SSG.
There is still 56 seconds left to play until Spacestation Gaming can claim this epic victory against an opponent who is outperforming anyone's expectations. Hunter, oh no, it's not going all the way in. I think it might be. It's the post, and the post this time saves Chiefs.
Chicago, though, I like that. He ends up just shying away from
what was
it.
The chance?
Oh, wow, I don't know that quite as much if you're SSG
well
fan.
done.
A lovely save away. Final 30 seconds. 2 goals, a reverse sweep nearly happening for Chiefs. There's still time.
Joreuz has to conjure up some magic, but is cleared away yet again by Hoxha. More time drips away. Kaka gets a decent clearance, and then it's continued on with a massive doink. LJ just waits. Temps in Kaka. This is looking like it's going to be Spacestation Gaming's. Despite the fight, Chiefs have shown Kaka can't quite get that. That was potentially last chance saloon. Spacestation Gaming are going to survive. They're going to survive in 5. But my goodness, they will be feeling nothing except relief right now. They make the top 8. Chiefs remain contenders, but it's SSG that take the win.
I mean, that was a sketchy one from SSG, and it really shows the difference between that team when LJ's online. That wasn't even top LJ by any means.
Nowhere near.
But earlier on in the series, he still was not around. They managed to go to 5, did Chiefs. A brilliant performance across the board from everybody on that side, but Lightning could not strike twice in a row.
Chiefs now know they will have to face either Gentlemates again or Gaming Gladiators to make it into that top 8. That long